Stop! Stop talking to the universe! Yes, you heard that right. All those affirmations, prayers, demands, you're wasting your time. Why? Because the universe doesn't have ears. It has sensors. And right now, while you're trying to convince it with words, it's already responding to what you really are, not what you say you are. Everything around you isn't an answer to what you've said. It's an echo of what you vibrate. Vibration is the language that cuts through dimensions, slices through mental noise, and reaches the invisible field where reality gets created. While you're begging for change, the universe is already responding to your current frequency, and that explains why life doesn't shift when you scream, but transforms when you transform from within. Today, you're going to discover that communicating with the universe isn't about voice. It's about attunement. And maybe you'll realize you've been talking to it all along, just not the way you thought. Are you ready to crack the real code of creation? Here's something deeply liberating. The universe never waited for well-chosen words. It doesn't respond to what you say, but to what you emanate. While most people focus on prayers, affirmations, or manifestation scripts, they forget that the real language moving reality is the frequency vibrating in your energetic field. If you're frustrated but affirming gratitude, the universe responds to the frustration, not your rehearsed phrase. It doesn't read your text. It feels your inner music. Picture life as a cosmic radio, and you're trying to change the station just by talking to the device. Doesn't matter how many times you say, "Good music, please." If the frequency you're tuned to is static and noise, that's what you'll keep hearing. Real change only happens when you turn the dial of your internal frequency. Your communication with the universe begins when you shift the state, not the speech. This state of being is composed of everything beyond what you can explain. Your body, your emotion, your emotional history, your silence. Ever notice how certain people walk into a room and change the entire atmosphere without saying a word? That's vibrational language. That's why true manifestation doesn't depend on pretty phrases, but on energetic congruence. The universe is sensitive to your coherence. It reads your field, not your script. And here's the overlooked point. Frequency can't be faked, can't be manufactured. It's what remains when you stop trying to control everything. If you say, "I'm fine," but deep down feel fear, scarcity, or doubt, that real vibration is what gets transmitted and amplified. The universe isn't literal, it's resonant. What you truly feel is what it hears with crystal clarity. So learning to communicate with the universe isn't about mastering magic phrases. It's about relearning how to feel in alignment. It's like tuning a musical instrument. Shouting louder won't help. You need to be in tune. In tune with what? With what you want to see manifested. But is your attention really tuned to what you desire, or still trapped in what you fear? Everything you give attention to, you feed. Might sound simple, and it is. But this simplicity hides one of creation's deepest codes. Whatever you observe with frequency, with emotion, with involvement, gains power. It's like casting an invisible vote in the fabric of reality. When you fixate on something, whether a desire or a problem, you're telling the universe, "This matters to me. Bring more of this." Your attention is existence's voting mechanism. Think of your mind as a flashlight in a dark room. Whatever the light illuminates comes into existence. Everything outside the focus disappears from the field. Similarly, the universe responds to what you illuminate with your consciousness. Worrying about what you don't want, even though it seems like preventive attention, is actually a vibrational request for that thing to grow. Attention doesn't differentiate between desire and fear. It simply amplifies. Most people leak energy exactly where they shouldn't. Automatic thoughts, toxic news, silent comparisons, internal criticism disguised as self-awareness. And it's not about pretending everything's fine, but about stopping the waste of your creative power on realities that don't deserve your vote. The universe isn't a moral system. It doesn't reward right or wrong. It responds to what you keep putting center stage. When you understand this, you start withdrawing your energy from dead-end places. Useless mental arguments, repetitive negative scenarios, unconscious judgments. All of this is misdirected attention. Start using your attention like money. Invest consciously. Put it into thoughts that expand you, visions that strengthen you, memories that align you. This changes everything. And here's the powerful question. What have you been sponsoring with your focus lately? Are you keeping alive a reality that should have died just because you still pay attention to it? The most direct way to delete something from your life is to stop investing energy in it. But do you already know what to do with the space that opens up when you stop fighting what you don't want? The universe doesn't operate in past or future. It only understands now. This might be one of the most counterintuitive truths for the human mind, used to living between memories and projections. But if you want to manifest something, you need to vibrate now, as if that thing is already real. Wanting something for someday is the same as saying, "This isn't with me yet," and that vibration keeps the distance alive. It's like talking to someone who only understands immediate signals. You can say 1,000 times, "I want peace," but if in the present moment you're vibrating anxiety, the universe only responds to that. It doesn't hear conditional sentences. It feels states. And your vibrational state is shaped by how you breathe, think, feel, act, here, in this exact instant. Not tomorrow's rehearsed gratitude. You need to feel it now. One of the most common mistakes is using affirmation as a promise, not as certainty. I will have, I'm going to conquer, soon this will be mine. All of this is separation language. The way to be heard by the universe is to declare, it's already here, even if it's not physically present yet. Quantum physics calls this wave function collapse. Spirituality calls it faith, and you can call it active attunement. Training yourself to live in the now is an energetic discipline. It involves slowing down thoughts, grounding emotions, and feeling what you desire as if it's already real. Imagine what you'd feel if what you want most happened today. That emotion is the password. That feeling is the correct transmission. The universe recognizes this as vibrational truth and responds as if it were a clear call. Here's a challenge. Are you waiting for something to happen to feel good? Or can you flip the equation and start feeling good now? So the universe aligns with that state? The most effective way to create the future you want is to treat it as present within you. But is your vibration already living what your mouth is still asking for? Living without expanding consciousness is like playing a complex game without knowing the rules. You participate, move around, try to win, but stumble over invisible traps you don't understand. Consciousness expansion is the ability to see beyond the obvious, perceive subtle patterns, understand hidden dynamics, and make choices with greater clarity. Who awakens to this stops being a victim of chance and starts playing strategically. Think of how experienced chess masters see the board. They don't just see pieces, but hidden possibilities, future threats, silent opportunities. Expanding consciousness is accessing that same level of reading. But in life, we start seeing that every thought generates echoes, that emotions create patterns, and that seemingly small decisions shape grand destinies. The invisible begins to speak, and you learn to listen. This expansion doesn't happen by accident. It's the fruit of intention, observation, self-knowledge. It requires questioning certainties, reviewing inherited patterns, facing what you've always ignored. Sometimes it hurts, other times it liberates, but the result is always the same: more personal power and less reactivity. The more you understand the silent laws governing your reality, the more you actively participate in creating your world. And here's the fascinating part. Most of the rules commanding your life were programmed by you, unconsciously. Old beliefs, unresolved traumas, unexamined expectations. Expanding consciousness is like going up to a higher floor of a building. You see further, understand the architecture of the whole, and finally grasp why you always hit the same doors. You're in a cosmic control room. Every thought is a button. Every emotion is a dial. The universe is the giant screen showing the results. The question is, are you operating the controls consciously or letting automatic programs run your life? But understanding the rules is just the first step. The real question is, are you willing to play differently? Because with great vision comes great responsibility. And now that you're beginning to see more clearly, are you ready to choose more consciously too? While you're trying to decode the universe with logic and words, your intuition already understood everything. It's like that friend who doesn't need long explanations to know when something's right or wrong. Your intuition is the most direct channel to the vibrational field, the translator of the silent language the universe uses to respond. If something resonates, you feel it. If something contracts, you perceive it. And this is worth more than any rational argument. How many times have you ignored that gut feeling because it seemed senseless, and later realized it was right all along? The truth is, your intuition doesn't shout. It whispers. It manifests in small sensations: a chill in your stomach, warmth in your chest, slight restlessness, or deep peace. These aren't random emotions. They're vibrational responses to what's around you. Your intuition isn't just a feeling, it's your multidimensional navigation system. While your linear mind tries to map the future, your intuition is already accessing information from quantum probabilities that your reason would never reach. It's crucial to understand that the mind lies, but the body speaks truth. When you start trusting sensations, not just mental justifications, you enter a new level of communication with the universe. Because while you're still thinking whether to follow a path, your intuition already signaled, go this way. Doubt is born from the mind. Clarity comes from inner resonance. But attention, not every intense desire is intuition. Sometimes it's just ego fantasizing something as truth. The difference? Ego wants to prove, conquer, win. Intuition simply knows, and knows with lightness. If something makes you feel at peace, expands you, gives that "this is it" sensation without needing explanations, it probably is. Following intuition is following the energetic trail the universe already illuminated for you. The question remains, have you been listening more to mental noise or soul whispers? Because sometimes the answer you're desperately seeking has already been given, just not in words. What if you started obeying your intuition as if it were the universe's most precise compass? There's an almost mystical belief around repetition. as if saying something many times were enough to manifest it. But the truth is, repetition isn't magic. It's simply the most efficient method to program the subconscious. And it's your subconscious that's driving your reality. You don't attract what you want. You attract what's recorded in you at the deepest level. The subconscious doesn't judge, doesn't question, doesn't filter. It accepts everything as truth, as long as it's repeated with consistency and feeling. It's like fertile soil. Any seed you repeatedly throw with emotion, it welcomes. And what grows from that? Your perceptions, reactions, decisions, in other words, your life. The secret isn't repeating empty phrases, but feeling what you repeat as if it's already real. Imagine your subconscious mind as an old computer, programmed in childhood, full of automatic commands running in the background. While you try to change the interface, the internal systems keep responding to old lines of code. Repetition is the way to write a new language within that system. But this requires more than words. It demands vibrational intention, authentic emotion, congruence. And here's where presence becomes important, because repeating "I am confident" while feeling insecure only reinforces internal conflict. But when you emotionally align with the affirmation, even for just seconds, you're planting the right code. Gradually, this new truth starts taking root. The subconscious begins accepting, and reality inevitably begins responding. You're in a quantum programming lab. Every repeated thought with genuine feeling is a line of code being written into your reality's operating system. The question is, what software are you installing? So the key isn't what you repeat, it's how you feel while repeating. Are you just saying pretty words, or allowing those words to gain substance within you? Because the universe only responds when your field believes. And your field only believes when your vibration confirms, without hesitation, what your mouth is trying to affirm. If everything you feel is a message, what have you been telling the universe without realizing it? Maybe you're asking for freedom while vibrating fear, or dreaming of love while still carrying guilt. The good news is this can change, and it doesn't require luck or blessing. It requires consciousness, because the vibration you emit today is the foundation of tomorrow's reality. The truth is, you're not at chance's mercy. You are the transmitter, the encoder, the tuner. Every thought you choose to feed, every emotion you decide to sustain, every sensation you allow to grow. All of this forms an energetic request, and the universe responds, always. The problem was never the absence of response, but the lack of alignment with the right question. Now, reflect honestly. What are you manifesting without intention? What silent patterns keep repeating because they're still vibrating in you? And most importantly, what do you choose to change starting today? You're standing in a cosmic control room. Every dial you turn, every frequency you select, every vibration you sustain, it's all being transmitted to the quantum field of reality. The universe isn't waiting for your permission to respond. It's responding right now, in this exact moment, to the signal you're broadcasting. The question isn't whether you're communicating with the universe. You are. The question is, are you finally ready to be conscious of the conversation? Your next thought is your next transmission. Your next feeling is your next instruction to reality. What reality will you code into existence? In the comments, tell me which part of this message hit you most. I want to feel the energy of your transformation. If this resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, so you keep receiving content that helps your soul tune into the reality it deserves. and check out the next video appearing on your screen. It's the natural continuation of this journey. The universe is listening. The question is, what are you really saying?